Most people don't fail at hacking because it's too hard. They fail because they learn it the wrong way. They jump straight into tools, copy commands they don't understand and think they're making progress, but they're not. They're memorizing steps, not building skill. And the moment something changes, a different system, a different target, a small variation, they're completely lost. Because real hacking isn't about tools, scripts, or exploits. It's about understanding how systems works, how they break, and why they fail in the first place. The biggest mistake beginners make is skipping the basics, thinking they're too slow or not exciting enough. But those basics, that's where real hackers are made. Because when you truly understand the foundation, you don't need step-by-step guides anymore. You start seeing things others don't. And that's when hacking actually begins. Before we begin, if you enjoy my videos and want to learn hacking the right way, make sure you subscribe to Hacker's Arsenal. I upload new cybersecurity and hacking content twice every single week, covering everything from real-world attacks to ethical hacking roadmaps, labs, tools, and modern security techniques. Subscribe now so you don't miss the next ride. In 2026, hackers don't just hack, they don't break in, they log in, using stolen sessions, deepfake identities, and AI that can write malware faster than you can blink. Firewalls? Outdated. Antivirus? Blind. This is a different battlefield, and if you don't understand how systems work, you're already compromised. Before you learn hacking, you need to understand what you're going to hack. A computer isn't magic, it's layers, hardware, the physical machine, software, the instructions, operating systems, the bridge between them, memory, processes, file systems, networks. Everything communicates in structured logic. If you skip this step, you're not a hacker, you're just pressing buttons. This 12-week roadmap will take you from a complete beginner to someone who can think and operate like a real hacker, but only if you stay consistent. Stick to the plan, don't skip a single day, and trust the process. Week 1, Linux and Windows. If you're serious about hacking, Week 1 is where everything either clicks or falls apart. This is the phase where you stop being a user and start becoming someone who actually understands systems. You need to live inside Linux and get comfortable with Windows internals, also not just using them, but understanding how they behave under the hood. The Linux file system isn't just folders, it's a structured hierarchy where everything has a purpose. Once you grasp that, navigating a system feels natural instead of confusing. Then comes bash scripting, not to become a programmer, but to automate your thinking. Even simple scripts teach you control, logic, and efficiency. Permissions are where it gets real. Understanding who can read, write, or execute files is the foundation of both security and exploitation. This is where many vulnerabilities begin. But here's the mistake most beginners make. They do all this on their main computer. That's dangerous and limits how much you can experiment. You need to build isolated environments. You set up virtual machines using tools like VirtualBox or VMware, and you run lightweight labs using Docker. This gives you freedom to break things without consequences. You can simulate attacks, test scripts, and even run malware safely inside a sandbox. For learning, don't rely on just one source. Start with TryHackMe. It has beginner-friendly rooms specifically for Linux, terminal usage, and permissions. Pair that with Over the Wire, Bandit, which teaches Linux fundamentals through hands-on challenges. It's simple but extremely effective. For deeper understanding, use Linux Journey to build your conceptual clarity. And for labs, follow guides to set up your own environment using Docker and VMs. This is where real learning happens. Week 2, Networking and Protocols. This is where you stop seeing the internet as something abstract and start seeing it for what it really is. Every click, every message, every login is just data moving between systems. If you don't understand that flow, you can't control it. And if you can't control it, you definitely can't hack it. This is where you dive into TCP/IP, the backbone of all communication, and start understanding how devices actually talk to each other. DNS shows you how domain names translate into real machine addresses. HTTP and HTTPS teach you how web traffic works, requests, responses, headers, cookies, the exact places where attackers look for weaknesses. And then there's the OSI model, which most beginners ignore, but it quietly explains everything. It breaks communication into layers, and once you understand those layers, you know exactly where and how attacks happen. To learn this properly, you need both theory and hands-on practice. Start with TryHackMe networking paths. They simplify concepts like TCP/IP and HTTP with interactive labs. Use Cisco Networking Academy if you want. structured, deeper knowledge of networking fundamentals. For practical understanding, use tools like Wireshark to actually see packets moving in real time. It's one of the most eye-opening experiences. Take your time there, because once you truly understand how data moves, you'll start seeing where it can be intercepted, redirected, or broken. Week 3, learn Python. If you can't understand code, you're not really hacking, you're just using other people's tools. Start learning Python by building real projects instead of passively watching tutorials. Create a simple network scanner using libraries like Socket, Scapy, and Nmap to understand how devices communicate on a network. Build a web scraper using requests and Beautiful Soup to learn how data is extracted from websites, and a password brute force simulator using ITIR tools and requests to understand how authentication systems are tested and protected. These projects force you to think like an attacker while understanding system behavior deeply. As you grow, you can use AI tools like Copilot or Cursor to accelerate your workflow and break down complex code, but don't depend on them. Use them to enhance your thinking, not replace it. Week 4, OSINT and OpSec. Recon is the first real step in hacking. It focuses on gathering information without directly interacting with the target. Instead of jumping into exploits, professionals start by mapping systems quietly using tools like Nmap for port scanning and Shodan for finding exposed devices online. In 2026, AI has made Recon faster and smarter, automating the discovery of misconfigurations, patterns, and hidden assets. Modern Recon now goes beyond systems. It targets leaked API keys, forgotten subdomains, and unnoticed infrastructure that organizations may not even realize is exposed. At the same time, OpSec is essential because Recon is about staying invisible while gathering data. This involves using VPNs, proxies, or Tor, avoiding direct contact with targets, and controlling metadata and digital footprints. Tools like Maltego, Spiderfoot, and the Harvester help automate OSINT by collecting emails, domains, and system relationships. Over time, Recon shifts from a technique into a mindset. You begin to see how small details connect into a larger picture, often revealing hidden weaknesses. Week 5, Web and API Domination. Week 5 shifts your focus from traditional websites to the hidden API connections powering modern apps. Instead of just pages, everything you interact with runs through APIs, which is where attackers often look for weaknesses. You use tools like Burp Suite to intercept and modify these requests and responses in real time, while studying the OWASP Top 10 to understand major web vulnerabilities. For practice, Portswigger Academy provides hands-on labs that simulate real-world attacks and help you build practical skills with Burp Suite. Week 6, Vulnerability Intelligence. This is where your mindset shifts from just finding vulnerabilities to understanding which ones actually matter. Not every issue is worth pursuing, and beginners often get overwhelmed by scan results, while real engineers focus on filtering signal from noise. You learn how vulnerabilities are tracked through CVEs and how CVSS scoring measures their severity. But severity alone isn't enough. You also explore ExploitDB and tools like SearchSploit to find working exploits and see how they're applied in real scenarios. Over time, you start connecting vulnerabilities to their real-world impact instead of just listing them. Week 7, Exploitation. This is where everything you've learned becomes real. You move from finding vulnerabilities to actively exploiting them. Tools like Metasploit help you run and manage exploits, understand payload behavior, session creation, and maintaining access, while platforms like Cobalt Strike simulate advanced real-world attack techniques. But the real truth is that skill matters more than tools. In 2026, a key concept is living off the land, where instead of dropping malware, you use built-in system tools like PowerShell and Python to execute commands, move laterally, and stay hidden by blending into normal system activity. To practice safely, you build a vulnerable lab environment instead of touching real systems. This includes intentionally insecure machines like Metasploitable 2, DVWA, OWASP broken web apps, and VulnHub targets, along with misconfigured Windows or Linux systems. These controlled setups let you safely learn exploitation in a real-world simulation environment. Week 8, Social Engineering. This is where you realize a key cybersecurity truth. It's often easier to hack a human than a system. No matter how strong a network is, people can still be tricked. This is the core of social engineering. using manipulation and trust instead of code. Tools like the Social Engineer Toolkit in Kali Linux help simulate attacks such as phishing pages, fake login portals, and credential harvesting to understand how access is stolen without touching the system directly. In 2026, this has evolved further with deepfake phishing, where attackers can clone voices or generate realistic video calls to impersonate real people with high accuracy. As you learn this, you start seeing security differently, not just as a technical problem, but a human one. Because even the strongest defenses can fail if the right person is convinced. Week 9, Post-exploitation. Week 9 shifts hacking beyond just gaining access because breaking in is only the beginning. The real focus is post-exploitation, escalating privileges from a normal user to admin or root, moving laterally across systems, and maintaining persistence without detection. Modern attacks increasingly target cloud environments like AWS, Azure, and hybrid systems, where the goal is often identity tokens, session cookies, API keys, and access credentials rather than passwords. For safe practice, platforms like TryHackMe and HackTheBox offer labs for privilege escalation and Active Directory environments. Tools such as LinPeas, WinPeas, and Bloodhound help uncover escalation paths and map internal network relationships. Week 10, Attacking and Defending with AI. This phase introduces a new era where AI becomes both a tool and a target in cybersecurity. As organizations integrate AI into support systems, coding, analytics, and security operations, attackers begin exploring ways to manipulate it. Techniques like prompt injection aim to trick models into bypassing rules or revealing sensitive information, while data poisoning corrupts training data to alter model behavior. At the same time, defenders use AI for log analysis, anomaly detection, and automated threat response, with tools like Microsoft Security Copilot and other SOC platforms improving detection speed and accuracy. Modern ethical hacking now requires understanding both sides, how AI systems can be exploited and how they can be secured. Safe practice involves controlled labs, local LLM experimentation, and studying real-world AI security failures. Week 11, Reverse Engineering and Cryptography. Reverse engineering is the process of analyzing software, executables, or binaries to understand how they work without access to source code. It's widely used in malware analysis, vulnerability research, and security auditing by examining compiled code, debugging execution flow, and inspecting memory behavior. Common tools for this include Ghidra, IDA Pro, Binary Ninja, Radar 2, OllyDBG, and X64DBG, which help analysts disassemble and debug programs step by step. Closely tied to this is cryptography, the science of securing data through encryption, hashing, and secure key exchange to protect information from unauthorized access. In practice, tools like OpenSSL are used for encryption and certificate handling, Hashcat for password cracking and hash analysis, and CyberChef for encoding, decoding, and cryptographic transformation tasks. Together, reverse engineering and cryptography form a powerful foundation in cybersecurity. Week 12, Real-World Simulation. Week 12 brings everything together into real-world practice. Instead of isolated exercises, you step into full attack simulations on platforms like HackTheBox and TryHackMe, where you follow complete penetration testing workflows, from reconnaissance and enumeration to exploitation, privilege escalation, persistence, and post-exploitation. This is where all your previous skills connect into one structured process, just like professional red team operations. At this stage, building proof becomes just as important as learning. You start documenting your work through write-ups, explaining vulnerabilities, attack paths, and escalation methods, while also uploading scripts and tools to GitHub. This portfolio becomes evidence of your ability to think and solve problems, not just follow instructions. Eventually, you realize that the strongest skill in cybersecurity isn't memorization. It's consistency, critical thinking, and continuous learning. You now have the roadmap, not some fake hack-in-one-day shortcut, but a real path that builds skill, discipline, and understanding. But remember this, knowledge without consistency is useless. Watching tutorials won't make you dangerous. Practicing every single day will. The next 12 weeks can completely change the way you think. So start today, build your lab, break things. Learn why they break. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about hacking, subscribe and join the community. I upload twice every single week with super amazing content like this. Like the video and comment down below what you want me to break down next. You're watching Hacker's Arsenal, and I'll see you in the next one.